shots of yet another player.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we
you're
go.
right.
Oh,
And there's a chip on the
no.
other side. So,
Yeah, told you.
big changes.
So Fender switched off of Axel then?
Yeah, seems so.
Well, so this matchup, to be honest, if Chip messes up one thing, he explodes.
Yeah,
I am looking upon violence here. I want to see nothing but Chip Rushdown. If he stops, he dies. That's all.
Yeah,
Ooh, there we
That's
go.
all I'm looking on.
the moment you
big
get
burst.
it, it's a big damage.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, May hits like a truck. Everybody knows that.
Yeah,
Just
Oh,
takes
Chip
a
has
game,
the evasion to get away, in all honesty. Like, he's probably one of the better characters at just getting around her stuff. As long as he gets out of the corner.
That's true. That's actually true. The problem is, of course, if he does, even a slight mistake might cost him very much.
Tanuki launcher, but the burst came in to save the day.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
I mean, that's not a bad trade for Fender, though. Makes him get rid of his burst. They go back to neutral. Chip's got good neutral.
That 5H right there after the record.
Ooh, that could
He
have
drops the
killed.
combat
Fares.
overhead kiss!
Yeah.
Oh, unlucky.
Unlucky. Yeah, the pixel flag for Chip. Oh, all right. The Dolphin takes it. Man. Chip. I've heard Chip players say that they always play on a pixel, so it doesn't really make any difference.
True that, especially when you play against this character.
There we go. That TP
Sunlight
was
is putting in the work, though. He is holding Fender down.
nice burst bait.
Burst. Yeah, and also you're dead. So not only you lost the burst, but you're also dead. And right now, I don't know you're gonna have time to build another one, right? Especially with May explosive damage.
And maybe not, but at the same time, if he wins a couple rounds, maybe so. Like, it's 3 rounds, it does affect the burst a little bit.
So,
Yeah.
He may have another
chosen
opportunity.
for your final rest.
I was about to say, did players adapt to the fact that it's FT3 rounds? Maybe that's a bit weird, burst-wise. Ooh, the super!
Combo, I'm gonna wake up too! First, no punish, unfortunately, for Fender. Summit takes the first game.
Yeah, and we have in the commentator team, unless...
Italian community.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So that I can write a guide. So now I'm playing Zato.
Fair
I
enough.
am
So it's your
suffering.
partner in crime that has the chip, right? Danilo.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Danilo plays Chip. One of the best players in Italy plays Chip. So yeah, I have some experience in the matchup, that's for sure. For May, you destroyed me in bracket, so...
It's okay. That's what the mammals do, right? That's what the Marine Sea life is dedicated to: destruction.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's an aquatic gorilla if I've ever seen one in my life.
Imagine she summoned gorillas. Or souls. I don't know.
Someone mod that. Okay, so Fender's got the wallbang combo. See if he can keep up the pressure. Wake up, Dolphin.
Yeah, you do not
Drops the combo,
want
though.
you don't want to rush May on a 0 situation. Usually it's a Dolphin. It's like 7 frames. Deal with it.
Yeah, it's pretty rapid.
Yeah, I'm not seeing many buttons to contest those dolphins in neutral.
Yeah.
Normally you see a lot of
really Yeah, he's not really trying to stuff them as they come out. That was really sneaky for Summit there as well with this 5k into dash cancel. And the melting begins!
Yeah. What happened to
Wake up,
Hellboy?
DP. I respect it.
And you would say, right, that damage is like, oh, it's just cheap, it implodes. No, she does like
No, that's just base
70%,
damage.
60 to 70% of a dust on anybody, pretty much.
Does she have like the best dust in the game or something? Maybe second to Kai. Maybe.
In terms of damage, yes, she does like.
Soul exists. Don't forget about
also range. The fact that she's airborne, isn't she?
Yeah, but Soul is like a single conversion without mirror for the dust damage that May gets. That's the thing.
That's true. I mean, Soul, well, whatever.
Oh, that was a good bait. Unfortunately, he got clipped on the way back in though. What's the dust punish? Nice. Oh, unlock.
That's true.
He had no meter to confirm.
Chip with that 9 frame normal can actually punish
God,
the
here
dust.
comes the butter. Here comes the butter.
Summit with the gold burst.
And
Yeah, that gold burst won in the game. Yeah, that gold burst won in the game. Like, it's 2-0. It's first to 2s, right?
First two?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
First to 2.
So that was a quick 2-0. That's unfortunate for Fender.
Yeah.
He played well though in a lot of places, but he just got clipped and more. You know, that's what happens when Chip gets clipped.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of words on this matchup, right? Since sort of do coaching and I studied the game a lot. It's very hard for.
Frames.
If I remember right, yes.
Yes,
I'm
it is.
personally offended by that.
And swings all around, and it's a disjoint. It's completely disjointed.
I am personally offended.
It's also, it's also one of the only the few normals that can actually anti-air J2K from Chip, the drill kick. That's why we didn't see them, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, next match is coming up though. We've got Raven versus Onion.
Wait, what's that? Zato? Do I see a Zato on screen?
Yes, we've got Zato and Nag.
We just found the shiny Pokemon.
Let's go. I have a lot of Zato knowledge at this point. I've been playing Zato for the last 14 days, exclusively loving him. And I should
I'm
be
gonna
able
put up
to.
the repose and just let it go though. Drained all his meter. He's not. Oh, there we go. Sending Eddie forward, keeping the block string. Triple overhead block all three.
Raven.
It's Raven. Yeah, he knows the matchup. Well, at least he knows the mix-up. Raven's got in with the rush puns.
I think there were a few places where he could mesh out of Eddie, but it's also very risky. So. Whoa!
I mean, if you're confident in your blocks, you just wait for the Eddie meter to run out, right? And then you could take your turn back quite easily.
That's absolutely true. If you because the main mix there, unless he starts implementing the cross-ups, there are a few cross-ups to break the low, like going below the opponent. Unless he starts using those, it's always high-low with the dust.
Yeah, in that last round, Raven did a really good job of staying in that sweet spot range that Nagoriyuki likes, like right at the tip of like 4S. Like here basically. Oh no, he rushed in, got hit with the counter.
Nice mash here.
And he wasn't able to convert though. It was a good fake.
The Roman cancelled to go
nice
low. Oh, no.
Dust combo.
These
I
dust.
feel like he could have got more, but that did so much though, even still.
Is that the third health HP total in the game? Was it?
Yeah.
The lowest?
Something like that, but he's also got 0 guts, so that means the damage he takes is consistent regardless of how much health he has. So like, if it does 50% at full health, it will do 50% at like 50% health, unlike a lot of the other characters.
Oh, true.
He melts so quickly, that would be dead, I think. Oh no. No. I thought Raven was going to spend the bar for the super, but he used the Roman cancel instead. Maybe he'd already committed to something.
Oh, probably. Oh, nice conversion. Oh, he drops it at the ender there.
Good
and then a 2S.
Bust out with the 2S.
I
think this Raven guy's really good.
Oh. Did you see that jump dust conversion with Zato? There, if you need a specific timing so that you land close to the opponent and do close slash afterwards. Instead, fast slash came out, he whiffed, and then Nagoriyuki punished it.
Ah, that's why it whiffed. Yeah, he still tried to summon Eddie and got slapped. That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
And you would be led to believe that it does all right against Nago, since Nago has limited air mobility, which traditionally is where Zato struggles. At least this Zato, due to some of the options being either short in range or specific in arches and so on. But yeah, right now the lockdown is in place, and there is no pandemic. It's just Zato doing his thing.
Yeah, it looks like Onion's running away with this round. That was just nice, solid pressure in the corner. I was gonna say though that to to give the opposite end of your point, I do think though, even though you'd think that Zato would fight Nagoriyuki really well, I think once Nagoriyuki's got blood, he actually this matchup kind of tips more in his favor, just because that sweet spot range where he can just throw out normals that also blow up Eddie anyway, and like he's kind of at a safe range where like nothing really affects him. You can kind of react to any Eddie call at those ranges.
Yeah.
And just block it out. Yeah.
There is a detail of this matchup, right? If Zato uses oppose on the Nagoriyuki 5H, even with max blood, he can get a whiff punish from full screen. He can do.
That's actually really good.
He has time to do Drunkard Shade, and then Frog on the other side of Nagoriyuki, while Nagoriyuki is still in the recovery animation for 5H.
That is sick.
At least that's what happened to me in many matches against Nagoriyuki.
That was an unfortunate drop.
Ooh, the dust there. Sorry, the burst there. I don't know.
Of course,
I think it was a panic. Good anti-air, nice conversion, drops come at the end and gets punished for it. That's unfortunate.
Here come the Tims.
Tims. on Zato, sad Zato art boxes.
That whiff punish was sick. Backdash it into the slide.
Okay, the grab puts him in the corner. Very bad situation here for Zato. No reversals to speak of.
1-4H.
Manages to get out though.
You see, this is what I mean though. Raven does seem to be just confident in his blocks. Like when a pose comes out, when the drills come out, he'll just sit there and take it. He seems to be watching Zato and just blocking high-low.
Yeah, not even using the mirror to get out.
Nice, YRC to get out, just as you said it.
Yeah, but fairly
And there we
rarely.
go.
Most of it is just a raw block, right?
Yeah, it's good block. Like I think he's just confident. I feel like if he ever feels unconfident, just like that, he just uses YRC to like reset the situation and gets rid of Eddie. It's a really bad thing for Zato, unfortunately.
Yeah, and on the comment in the chat, I think what Ores was referring to, it was not during the blood activation, but during the raise up of the blood meter, where some of the ranges and some of the buttons are improved. So not necessarily when the blood is going down or when he activates, but before it, while he's managing his blood despite being high. So all of those ranges will challenge Eddie activation and Zato due to the
little bit of gauge, but obviously using special moves that will push him over. So you kind of want to use your normals to manage between that level and like the high end of level 2, because the normals get a lot better, and he's just able to convert a lot more easy and punish from a lot further away. Does a lot of damage too. Like I think it's like that's like the pinnacle of I think Nagoriyuki play at the moment. It's just managing your gauge at that point, so you can convert into a special move if you need to, but at the same time you maintain the good normals.
So next on the card, we are going to have Fender against Onion. So if the character stays the same, what we're gonna have? We're gonna have Chip and Zato, right?
Chip versus Zato. I've heard that this matchup is horrible for Zato. Like Chip is just way too elusive.
I played a first to 50 with a friend yesterday evening. I actually did that, and he played Chip.
How did it go?
It went better than expected, but still, this matchup is suffering. It's pure suffering. I had to learn the matchup, but the problem is that Chip literally moves around all your moves. You don't have time to summon in neutral either. If you just dance on you, you don't have time.
Yeah, you really need to pick your spots to bust out.
Yeah, I mean 2P and 5P are your lifesavers with Zato. You keep him out and then you... And then you try and
unfortunately for Zato, unfortunately for Zato, those buttons, he doesn't really get any conversion, does he?
No, he doesn't.
No,
I mean,
unless you have Eddie already active. If you have Eddie already active and is in range, you can get some stuff, mostly to just, extend your turn or extend the pressure. Rarely it's a full conversion.
Now, usually you either do the sad thing of doing a 2P into RC, which is sad, but that's what you have to do, or you just use the chance to summon Eddie.
Yeah,
so
I see what you just said
summon
there.
Eddie and you do something with that.
Oh, good idea. Use your close to block the jump in.
There we go again.
And again. Nice load to... Okay. Unlucky, no conversion. He broke the law.
He broke the law. There have been a few counter hits that didn't convert. Those are gonna cost him.
Yeah,
especially against Chip.
And also another thing is you have to be careful because Chip does have a reversal, right? He has a DP that he can sort of challenge those 2P to P on blocks into something. So you have to tighten up your pressure.
I mean, that's how Fender won the first round. Like, Onion got a good sequence going. He ran up and just got DP'd in the face. But again, though, Onion was coming back with a really good anti-airs. Using Repose to stop the jump-ins and then just using 2H to catch him is actually really good. I don't think it will work consistently, though.
That depends on Fender, whether he changes his approaches or not. Considering he has 3 jumps, that also makes it way harder to catch people with oppose. You either often Zato can try and do oppose multiple times, just do 2-3-6 age like 2 to 3 times while Chip is in the air, but it can also miss completely. There is also another problem. If Chip lands on oppose with 2K, you know, the drill kick, he can jump out and do it again, if I recall correctly.
Ah,
so if he's aware,
good wake up for Onion though.
He could actually do that.
Reversal for it even.
Oh well. Instant cross through with the Alpha Blade on startup.
Yeah. Even though it looks like a struggle, Onion is pulling through pretty well. He's got the pressure going now. Good box for Fender, but then he gets
grab off the 6H.
That was sneaky. Sweep into Eddie. Is he got a corner combo? Oh, unfortunately, he dropped it. I don't think he dashed. I think he tried to dash and it didn't come out.
Probably.
Use the bar conversion, but uses the bar to bait the burst. Much more important. Now you are close to the wall. YRC comes in, back throw.
Zato baits the burst. Unfortunately, weak punish, but good anti-air.
No conversion. Oh, okay, the 2S.
Yeah, it looked like he may have called Eddie just too quickly there. But he still won the first game. It's good stuff. The uphill battle.
That's what's important after all. Those small confirms anyway. On Chip, they really add up. Really, he has no health, as we all know. So even just doing, like we said before, just a bunch of punches with Zato, you're gonna get some damage that you actually is gonna be very useful in the round. That's what I found, at least with the character. Just mesh into his pressure often is the answer, honestly.
Some damage is better than no damage.
True. Then you just try and set up one of those 80% combos with Eddie.
Yeah.
See, one thing that I didn't see a lot of people doing is to hold the jump back against Chip and do block in the air to, like, delay block in the air to get the Gamma Blade and then come down with him on a button. You can punish most of his options. On some interactions, the command grab doesn't work. But yeah, not an option that I'm seeing used a lot. Very good
effort.
Chip. Okay,
Ooh, went low this time.
Grab the JS. That effort was clean. It's really hard to grab like chip spotters in the air, even with like the huge grab boxes that this game does have.
There we go.
Like effort is a ridiculous range, but it's still really hard to grab chip. I've tried.
True, absolutely true. that 6P, that Zato 6P is better than I expected when I played him, but still very slow compared to others. Pretty sad.
Yeah, it's more about the vertical range rather than the horizontal one.
Listen, but overhead. Unfortunately, he didn't have much more meter to finish the combo. Well, to get more damage, I should say. The wall kind of stopped him.
True.
See, he tried to avoid the oppose, but still got hit.
Hey, 2H!
Another one.
Onion is fighting for his life right now. Oh, that's the super. Can he get a punch? Unfortunate.
Fender didn't expect that either. Like, he thought he was gonna get punished 100% and it just burst instantly.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing for Onion, because like, he's a round up already, and he may have lost that round, but he got Fender to spend his burst, which can come into play here. If he lands a good open, if he lands like a good start, gets a good mix up in the corner. Literally what I'm saying is happening. I'm okay with this. He tried to rush him without Eddie. I'm surprised at that. Good anti-air.
Like, I'm amazed at all the anti-airs Onion is getting. Like, in this matchup. The time.
That last round was a close oppression though. Good air throw again.
Somebody needs to work on their meaties.
Absolutely.
Good air throw. Yeah, Onion is running away with this. I'm surprised.
playing very well, honestly.
Alpha Blade, triple Alpha Blade, and then
Holy... That's gonna
oh,
do...
that could have been dead.
Okay, got it right after with the frog. That was some clean play by Onion, honestly.
Yeah, I'm more impressed with the fact that like that was straight coming off of a loss. He just lost the match and then managed to keep his composure and play a matchup that most people consider pretty hard for his character. That was really impressive, actually. His anti-air was really good. His air throwing game was actually impeccable, considering how hard it is to just keep an eye on where Chip is, let alone react to what he's doing and grab him out of it. Like that was really impressive play.
Yeah, it was, but some people kind of need that, right? Some people are more analytical and, take a little bit to adapt. Some people adapt straight away, but maybe they cannot keep it in terms of stamina. So it's good to see different approaches. It can be surprising, don't get me wrong, when you get such a clean adaptation, but that is kind of related to players' approach, right?
Stud. I'm ballsy.
True.
I don't take no
Another
shit
thing
from
about
anyone.
those anti-airs is the fact that Zato, I don't know if you ever played him a little bit, his air throw is weird. Like, because of his jump arc, he's very floaty. To actually grab someone, you have to do it very early. Otherwise, you end up above them and you whiff. So
Then it's
seeing all
even
those...
more impressive.
Yeah. I was trying yesterday, like while I was playing those matches against that chip. I was getting very few air throws, just to say. While here I saw a lot of them. Like, it was just getting them on point. Like...
Oh, looks like they're getting ready. Next up, we're gonna have Jamie versus Sunmate. I'm assuming Sunmate's sticking with May.
Sure.
And Jamie may be another Chip if she hasn't changed her character.
It
Chip.
is Chip.
Cool.
Why does everyone play chip?
I don't
Tell
know,
me.
but I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of scared. It might be about time to see this guy explode again.
Why does everyone play Chip? Go be a ninja, mate.
I mean, Chip has got
Yeah,
all the
ninja.
tools, and he paid a hefty price for those tools. It's that simple.
I can,
You know what? Better chip than skull.
I can say that Jamie has quite a bit of practice against me because we
Risk.
played a long set. We played first to 10, and it was quite close. So definitely she has that experience. She has that understanding. She's able to rush down May. I've rarely see exactly. I rarely see her playing scared against May, which is not something you want to do. So even approaching JHS for something is a little bit of a phobia, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The damage on that thing. Are you
More
kidding?
importantly, while you were saying it, Jamie was proving it.
Yeah.
There was no fear. There was rush downs, converting off of the overhead. I saw a really good anti over 6p as well, avoiding the dolphins pretty nicely. Footsies.
Thanks for the exhibit, Jamie.
She's playing this matchup very well. Like,
Ooh, tried to tap
Big
grab
match.
but gets interrupted. I saw that. That was into command grab. Stankade into command grab.
wow, after Dolphin, he just went instant air dash instantly. The chip.
Wake up TP.
Yeah,
That's
no
gonna be
cover,
punish.
no cover for that. So should be a punish. Yeah, the burst comes in to save, but right now you're without burst against a chip with 2 bars. They can mix you to hell.
No, there we go.
overhead.
Over. Didn't
Conversion.
that meter,
Nice
right?
mix up.
Wow.
Probably could have done more damage,
so.
but Jamie probably knew it wasn't going to kill, so they went for the mix up instead, which seems pretty smart. Chip
Chip.
damage. Wait, hold on. Did somebody have no gauge? Oh,
Yeah,
that's just unfortunate.
Absolutely.
Had a little bit of gauge, but it looked like they let go of Faultless and just got chipped out.
Counter it on the Dolphin.
It just straight up slapped the Dolphin start up. That's information to know. I was gonna say earlier as well, a little bit of other information that maybe Jamie might pick up on was some may seem to like reversal in response to being hit by a reversal. I would abuse that anytime you see a player that does that stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody got hit by wake up DP, the response was wake up super. Okay.
The super from before, was that a misinput or was there a... Do you think there was some strategy behind it? it was in a string. Like I saw it twice already. Before it was before a burst, so we didn't see it come out.
Oh wow, what a
Challenge
challenge on the 5.
Yeah.
The 5K. Is that 5K? Yeah.
Yeah, it was 5K versus Dolphin. Nice DP.
Ah, the
That's
first
punish the
ledge.
sun, mate.
Trying to use the air movement smartly because May needs to commit to something to anti-air him. So like to anti-air chip, you get either air to airs in some angles, or you have to go with the 2H and commit.
Good. Yeah. This Jamie is
2H.
really solid.
There we go. That was a 6P actually. Nicey time. Let's go to Dolphins. The command. Oh,
Okay. Jamie's been going for a lot. 5K into command grab, and it has been interrupted quite a bit. So like maybe they need to turn that back a bit.
Yeah,
Maybe
she
bait
has-
it 5K into nothing. See what Summit does.
Hunter it. Wait, that could have been.
Oh, he
That could have been the round.
Ooh, Gamma Blade. Gamma Blade save
Okay.
today.
Hammer Blade saves
That-
today and takes it home.
That was actually pretty sick because I think that like that was the response. So Jamie was doing a lot of 5K into command grab, and they kept getting stuff. That time it was 5K into Gamma Blade, and it won the exchange. I don't know if it was counter hit or not, but I assume somebody pressed something.
So,
Yeah,
this
it
is
might have
where
been
you've
the
chosen
up
for your
dolphin because that
final
was the
resting
standard
place.
answer. But speaking of that particular situation, if May sniffs out a common grab, instead of a dolphin, she presses close S, she can get a full close S loop. That is easily
Ooh.
60% without bar on chip. So don't try common grabbing too much against a May that knows the matchup.
That's a read though, isn't it?
Yeah,
but that's the thing though.
but like,
You can't do it on reaction.
On reaction, the close slash.
You eat a common grab from chip and it's like 10 to 15%. You eat a close S and it's 60, and you also get a knockdown
Yeah.
and the corner carry. I'll take
That's
that
true.
bait every day. I take that read every day. But yeah, right now, Crouch S doesn't hit on the air. Jamie not in a great position. Finds the 2D to anticipate the dolphin, but still chippable. Yeah.
Yeah, there
and
it
here's-
is.
here
Crash
comes the
dolphin.
one.
I think Jamie tried to contest there with the 2S because often some may just goes forward with another one. That time
Good
just
6P
went for
against the
backdash,
Dolphin again.
didn't
Good
work out.
challenge. 5K into overhead. 5K into overhead again. Wreckers. Good
that's
command
it.
grab. Okay, he's in Sunmate set. She's in Sunmate set, I should say. Good
Nice.
anti-air Dolphin.
That anti-air dolphin is amazing in this matchup. I must say.
Well, if you let it,
Reversal?
if you let it.
That
No,
damage-
didn't do the extended version.
Oh, there is an even extended version of this. There's more damage on the table.
Look
Okay.
Russell Super. He said, "Fuck your Dolphin."
That's good.
Just,
Well,
yeah, big counter.
immediate burst.
I can kinda understand that because not only he gets a lot of damage, she gets a 5k and then it's either another dolphin or is a dash cancel, which is punishable, but you gotta get ready for it.
Somebody's doing a really good job of calling out on these command grabs though. Like you're saying, like I guess if somebody knew that they could close us instead, they'd be getting even more damage.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, misses
come
out,
on.
but sends up as an American reset.
Nah, that's
In
Eastern European reset.
Yeah,
Or East European reset.
very specific.
Oh,
Very specific.
The
Exactly.
scramble in this corner is giving me anxiety. Jamie's having so many hits and no conversions. It's like, please just finish the job. Don't get hit by the anchor.
Hey, we're on match point for Jamie already.
No, this is true.
He's flying fast.
I was just
Awesome.
afraid for him to actually get slapped by that.
Can I say I hate that move from Chip? I hate that drill kick so much. Why does it cross up? Why? Tell me.
To be honest, it has a little bit of tracking, so that is that could be why it crosses up. But
Yeah, but
there
it's
are
not
clear
random.
answers to
Good
it, and
stagger.
I think people are missing them. I'll talk about it a little bit after the game. But right now, the overhead into the
Okay.
jumping D, I believe, doesn't really connect.
Wait for no punish. Okay,
That's
some
gonna be damage. That's gonna be damage.
Yeah, Summit also like
Moving
missing
in
the
opposition.
close S loops on the pop up on the RRC.
Yeah, because
Great
I saw many
block
maze get
early
like
on.
3 critical slashes, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, you can get up to 4 slash and 4 close slashes, and then you have bar. You can another 2 into the dolphin, full corner carry, and knock them. So yeah.
That
Who
fortress
burst?
defense.
Can we use
With
this?
the pixel.
If they need to take it
Yes,
on now, because they want
yeah.
burst for the next round. Good command grab. They still had meter to RC that too. Yeah, that was definitely dead.
Yeah,
And
that
that's
was-
Jamie takes it 2-0. That's actually
Yeah.
fairly interesting considering Summit beat the other chip.
Yeah.
Like Jamie played the matchup very differently. But the thing is, like Summit was anti-airing in like both matches pretty well. It's just I guess Jamie mixed up the options a bit better. That was really interesting to see.
Yeah, I think Jamie understands the matchup a little bit better. This particular matchup. Even when we were playing, she would challenge the slow dolphin from buttons with the 5K, which she can do because at specific distances, depending on the button.
Yeah, I think I saw. Was it Misha mode or I remember I saw it. Maybe it was Lord Knight or something. I remember seeing it. I still haven't implemented it in my game though. Haven't tried.
Okay, so next up we've
Right.
got Fender versus Raven. I want to see 100% combo. That's what I'm here for. In one of these matches, I need to see 100% combo. Like I just want to see Chip explode.
Me too. I'm with you in that one.
I want to
Why?
see Chip
Chip explode.
explode his toe and die. I need to see this. Oh, this. But again, Raven's doing a lot what he was doing against Onion, where they're holding that really nice sweet spot range with the blood gauge around 2, close to 3, so they have the long range normals.
A game of spacing with Nagoriyuki. Let's,
Yeah,
to be honest,
I was
I've
literally
heard
just
people
holding Fender
like
in the
Sheep.
corner.
I've heard that Sheep kind of loses to Nagoriyuki. I've heard these things. I'm not sure about it. I just heard someone talk about it, like because of the range Nagoriyuki covers, the damage he does.
I
I'm not
find
sure.
that for Nagoriyuki, I find that in general against most of the rushdown characters, he'll lose the matchup in the early game, but he's at heavy advantage once he's got blood gauge because his normals just cover so much range. The problem is obviously Nagoriyuki wants their blood gauge low so they can do extended combos, but keeping it at the higher range gives them better neutral.
There was a high Q setup for the cross up of the PRC super.
That was. I can't even.
Oh, the whiff punish! Oh,
The
that was
super-
a mash out. I mean, the super was, yes.
Pixel of life. The 2K takes it.
Raven takes it anyway. That's unfortunate though. There wasn't really like a big punish on that super when it was blocked. That could have been
Fender
around
is-
for Fender.
Yeah, Fender is making a lot of good movements and everything, and gets in a lot of times. Still not enough though. Like it does 2 mistakes and explodes. Like that's kind of the story with this character.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That's
the
just
thing.
chip. That's been chip from day. Gold burst though. Let's see what they can do with the bar. Straight into super. They're gonna RC again. Well, a bit far out. Oh, okay. The Nagoriyuki kind of dashed
How?
into that. Into
How
the
did
mix-up.
Nago block that? How? Sorry.
I have no idea. I think it was the pushback from the super pushed him into it, but maybe he was ready for the setup. And nice, just easy, nice anti-air confirm. Takes the round.
Clean.
Yeah, and
clean.
that's a straight 3-0. So maybe Gil was right. Maybe this matchup is just straight up in Nago's favor. I'd like
Did
to
I
see.
say that?
Didn't you say people think ice in Nago's favor?
No, I think
that
Travis
was me.
did it.
That was me. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
my bad. Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh. I want to know your
I'm
thoughts about
asking
it,
because
actually.
I'm asking because I don't know much about this specific matchup. So it's like, wait, was that my call? But regardless, to go back on the never mind, we're back in the game. I'll
Next
postpone
game,
for that.
yeah.
Yeah, teams
Good
keep
anti-air
away.
6 speed. Yeah.
Let's go to the grab. Now this situation is pretty bad for Nagoriyuki. No bar for
Jumps out
Raven
the
so
command
far.
grab. He jumps out command grab, backdashes the ground grab and punishes with grab. Puts Chip in the corner. Oh, and now he's got blood gauge. He's
goodbye,
just gonna
Chip.
use
Okay, no.
normals. Yeah, good anti-air 2H.
Doesn't even need combos. One hit
Dude,
after
he
the other.
won with just normals. It's just, I'm gonna throw you in the corner, I'm gonna press buttons, you lose. These buttons hit hard.
And poor Chip. Sometimes you really feel for the guy.
Kinda do, don't you?
I mean, to be honest, like, he wanted to be a ninja. Now you're a ninja. Deal with it.
True enough.
Good conversion.
Is that done?
5k? Nah, he doesn't finish. Good anti-air though. Do you know what? That's going to be really important to the matchup. So many characters have a hard time anti-air and chips jump 2k. If Nagoriyuki's 6p is consistent, like with anti-air and that, I could see why people would think that this matchup's pretty hard for Chip, because that's like their be-all end-all free get-in button. Nice command grab. Oh my gosh.
Now burst bait. That's a quick 2-0.
That was so rapid. I didn't see 100% combo though. I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. Yeah, honestly. But this was quick.
Yeah,
How
going
dare
back,
you win a neutral.
going back on the J2K, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are forgetting that there is a universal answer to pretty much any time it does it, as long as you're doing it outside the corner, right? You can backdash and forward dash continuously. It doesn't matter when it comes down. If I am mobile, it has some tracking, but it doesn't have enough tracking to cover a full backdash or a full run forward. So,
I found it...
yeah, sorry. You
Yeah.
go on?
Yeah, I want to say, because I did check that out, try it in training mode and everything. My only issue with it is that I have to use the dash button and I'm not used to it.
Oh,
Because
okay.
for some reason you try and dash forward, you don't dash forward, you get a back dash or something. Or you get dash forward and you stop when you turn around or something. It's weird in that situation. I can see it because it's on top of the screen.
Yeah, I have a macro dash, so yes, that would be, you know, how I do it. But in general, you'd be basically close to him, but not close enough to get hit. And it has some recovery that move. So, I mean, with the Mei, I wouldn't have the problem because I swing the far S and I send them to the dentist. But in general, any character would have an answer with a dash forward or dash back, as long as you keep yourself mobile. So a lot of Chip don't get to abuse that if you practice that.
Okay. I would need some citation on the fact that J2K has recovery, so...
I'll ask Google Scholar. I'll provide Google Scholar links.
No, because
The only thing I would add to that though is that backdash, like forward dash stuff, is inconsistent depending on the character. Though. Like for example, Nagoriyuki can backdash, but his backdash is pretty slow. He'll still get hit depending on where Chip does J2K. He doesn't really have a forward dash outside of the command dash, and like there's some characters that it is kind of still hard to avoid. Backdashes either don't go far enough, or depending on when he pressed the button, it will still clip the backdash. Like it's very, very tight, I would say. Okay, so we got Jamie versus Onion now, though.
another Zato versus Chip. I want some Zato dogs here. Because we have another Chip versus Zato. Oh well. We'll see how it plays out. It did win last time.
I mean, you wanted dogs, but all you're getting is frogs.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see how the matchup plays out differently. Because it seems like Jamie plays the character very differently from Fender.
True, but way more aggressive, I must say. Like, but not even in a... I don't know, a bit less reckless, but still aggressive. It's weird, I don't know.
Yeah,
they pick their spots better, but when they go in, they go ham. I think that's the best way to describe it. Good! Oh, that was a good response to oppose. I didn't know that just straight up beat. Oh no, it's a counter hit. Maybe Onion pressed something actually.
These supers in neutral for Chip, I see them all the time. Is it that?
I think it's because a lot of people don't really have the punish on deck. Like I know, for example, that almost full screen I can up Dolphin and punish him on recovery if he doesn't have you know, the bar. But a lot of characters, a lot of players do not punish him. So he builds a bar very fast. So it's not like you're taking a big commitment.
Yeah, but here's the thing though with Chip that I think you're not taking into account here, is that a lot of Chip players like to use the super at ranges where people like to whiff buttons outside of Chip's range, right? Just like kind of holding the check. Oh, that was a nice combo. Does that finish?
No, he missed the last one. He
Oh,
dropped the last
unfortunate.
2H. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I'll come back to the super talk later. That was a really good idea with oppose though. Oh, Onion's still utilizing the same tactic he used against Fender though. Like put oppose up and then anti-air. Like, well, there again. It seems to be really effective against Chip.
Against Chip, I was always using oppose on the J2K because you have time to set it up. The problem is the timing. Sometimes J2K can just melt oppose because of the timing. Like he's already passed the guard point and it just kills Eddie. At that point it's pretty bad.
Also, you want to backdash the command grab if you don't have a button that will snipe him out of the air. Don't try and jump because usually they recover and they may even punish you if you come down with a slow button.
There, I wanted to lab out. I still haven't had the chance with Zato. Jump dust conversion from that because I usually jump out because with Kai I can get an air conversion. With I wanted to try with Zato. I haven't tried yet.
I'm surprised Jamie didn't use the opportunity to get out of the corner. She must have been afraid of something. Because Onion used all of his Zato gauge, all of his Eddie gauge, and then just kind of stood there for a sec. And Jamie also just stood there for a sec. You don't really see that from chip players much. That was a nice little conversion at the end. Kept it simple, got the round.
Yeah, Onion this time got the air combo, completely got the air combo, but couldn't break the wall, unfortunately. Zato.
Nice 6p against the overhead finisher for the Rekka combo. Or Rekka chain, I should say. Good oppose and punish. Didn't get much off of it and now lost Eddie. This is Jamie's chance to get in.
Okay, this is a horrible
no
position for
game
Zato.
Yeah. Onion's busting out with the jabs.
There we go. Whoa!
It's a grab!
Break low into grab is the most effective thing, honestly.
I like it though. Nice tap for her.
The pixel health? The kick.
5k. I was gonna say though, like Jamie's done a good job adjusting to the oppose. It's like what one of you was saying earlier, where if Chip just triple jumps or just like stays in the air for a little longer, lets the oppose run out, and then comes down. It was right here. Exactly.
Yeah, that is.
Good catch. Yeah.
Perfect. That's the situation in which Zato can actually do another oppose, because while oppose is in the guard point, you can actually do another one and another one. You can do it like 4 or 5 times actually. So if you have the read, you can try again, but you do waste more and more meter.
It's a resummon on AD when something is active, right?
Yeah, you just do re-input the special. You can also do a frog from there, you can do anything.
That's pretty cool.
Multiple oppose does catch people off guard.
Yeah, anti-air gets the conversion in the corner. Big damage. Whoa, chip damage.
That's the damage. That's the damage you want with Zato.
I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from
I'm not sure if he has a touch of death like Nago, but close enough.
Thanks to Goldberg.
Let's go. Whoa, just follows him in the air. Okay,
That's a one subscriber trying to give Onion some power. I see that.
Zato one himself. There we go. The command grab punishing the summon. Probably wanted an oppose there.
Good 6p. Okay, so Onion's not resorting to the oppose anymore. I think they've clocked onto Jamie's response. There's the oppose though. Now that I said it.
Yeah, it's also tough because if the opponent actually adapts to it, it has a lot of startup. Very startup. So if the opponent starts adapting to it, you waste
the air grab, the chase.
Hey, instant air alpha.
There we go. That makes up.
What was the movement?
What was this
Why am I commentating Marvel? I thought we were commentating Strife. What was that movement?
It looked like
cancel.
Good punish again.
Cool.
Invincible.
That's super on the oppose. I actually get hit a ton of times because it's reactable. Zato is still in recovery there and it doesn't block super.
This is what I was gonna say. That move is really good on any time somebody uses a move that's supposed to be like strong and neutral. Most of those moves have like pretty long recovery, but they put out something to defend the character when they do them. That super just like nullifies all of that. If Chip's got bar, you can't really throw out moves like that.
In those cases, you want to do the empty summon into negative edge.
Bait it, of course.
Because there is a bit less of a tell, so you mess up their timing.
Unfortunately, it doesn't get the conversion from Onion's then. Jamie is rushing his shit down. Wall combo, let's go. Oh, unfortunate drop. Almost gets the mix up though.
There are no drops. There are only happy little mix-ups, happy little resets.
I mean, with Chip, that's 100% true. Not every character, though.
No, absolutely not every character. Here we go. Drills.
Oh, nice conversion. Oh, I think he tried to flip Jamie over to the wall so they can finish that combo off nicely, but Jamie with a good burst. Well placed. Jump straight back in. Onion's doing the thing again. he keeps running in after his Eddie gauge runs out. I fear for him.
Still alive? Okay, no. Cheap damage takes it. 2-0.
Yeah.
This Jamie. Looking strong, honestly.
Really solid player.
She's really good not only at picking her spot, but trying to like shifting the gear when it's required. And a lot of her stuff is actually very smart. It's not stuff that kind of just works because people panic in defense. I've played her myself, and I am a very defensive player, very cautious player, and I still opened up a lot of stuff because she's very good at hiding the tells. Right, a lot of people that play against me, sort of since I have some approaches in defense, then as long as I can figure out your tell, I'm fine. Whether she kept on changing the tell, which was driving me crazy.
I just want to add in real quickly before we continue. Zato, when you drink your boy, yeah, that's what you get. Safe.
Poor
What's the next
Zato.
matchup?
Give me a sad Zato dog with slash cat. Those poor gray images, grayscale images. Poor Zato.
So next we have Raven against Sunmate. Is that correct?
That's what it looks like.
Am I gonna see more sea animals? Am I gonna see more mammals destroying the life of the poor
It's
people?
Nagoriyuki. Nagoriyuki this time.
Nagoriyuki's out for blood, yeah? I'm looking on Raven like slapping ops on me. I hear this match was pretty hard in the early game, but just like I was saying before, like before Nagoriyuki gets the blood, they can't really contest the neutral as well.
Yeah,
And they kind of runs rampant. Yeah.
I think
Mace points are really strong.
I think the thing is in the late part of the match.
I think they started.
Yeah, I think we're gonna miss the first round, first match at least. If the communication can be done with the players, then maybe we'll catch the second. But yeah, speaking more on the matchup, since we're on the passive time anyway. What May needs to do in this matchup, in my opinion, is save bar a lot.
Oh, disconnection.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sammy, to recognize the situation. Recognize that.
Yeah, he won the first round and still dipped, so you kind of got to respect the guy.
Yeah,
but let's see if they have the gentleman's agreement and just like if Raven will give up the first round again. But like it was definitely like one round up from what I could tell. I was getting ready to commentate live pause before Gil was getting into matchup stuff. I figured, okay, that'll be more important, so I'll just let it go.
But yeah, going back to it, I think. There's a lot of options. So in that range, 2S buffered into Dolphin could be an answer to counter hit the 5S.
Okay.
I don't know if it's got enough range though. Like his 5S goes pretty far.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about range. I'm talking about counter hitting, like counter as There's a specific term that is
I
escaping.
don't know, you're talking about like whip punishing, but like...
No.
Is-
Anticipating the button, as in sitting
Oh.
at the range outside the range, but putting it there, putting the hitbox there to counter hit them to anticipate the button.
Fair. That makes sense. I figured the hitbox was disjointed. Maybe I just assumed anyway. I didn't know. What is? Hold on, let me just check. Might as well look at. Oh, we've got some downtime. Oh yeah, there's a hurt box on this 5S. Yeah, now you can slap that. Yeah, you're probably right then.
Yeah, the fast slash, Nago fast slash has such a weird hardbox. It's all over.
It's the heavy slash that's disjointed, not the fast slash.
5H is ridiculously disjointed. On the other hand, like it's all disjointed. I wonder though, can Mei block a 5H and then respond with a dolphin right afterwards? Maybe not punish, but get in.
Usually not, depending on range, because he can do 2S, and 2S usually is far enough due to the pushback, fast enough due to the pushback to sort of slap her out of it. So that's
Even on block.
Even on a blocked 5H. Like if Nago does 5H.
Unless I'm thinking of the wrong move, I'm looking at even on block. Yeah. Like I mean, she can do the dolphin, but the dolphin sort of doesn't have, especially at high blood. The S dolphin will not reach, and the slow dolphin, like the HS dolphin, will be way too slow at 25.
Oh yeah.
So you're sort of like getting halfway in, and then he takes his turn. So it's kind of like, why would you do that?
Because I was wondering if there was like a semi mix-up there with the vertical dolphin, horizontal dolphin, like when you block a 5H and then you try and force your way in every now and then.
No.
If you can react, then nothing.
Especially at high blood, it's way too far for the dolphin to do much.
So only if 5H is spaced, but in that case you just punish it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I think Summit got in. I think we're back into it. Let's see if we can spectate this time. Please, lobby overlords. Okay.
That's good.
Hey, let's go. Our system works. We got lobbies.
let me call Daisuke real quick.
Man's vision.
Man's vision. Daisuke's vision. So let's see how they open up the match. It's Mei versus Nago.
they both backed off. Neither of them wanted to be. Or even
Stay
rushing
away.
in though. Gets counterpoked, and now he's in a bad position.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt.
Overhead kiss breaks the wall. Do you know
Hey,
what?
for
This isn't actually too bad for Raven. It kind of pushes him back to neutral. Like, Mei's at, okay, I was gonna say Mei's at advantage here, but like, he can at least do something. Oh, Mei's the best. Oh, unfortunate, no punish. Oh, okay,
Well,
but there's
there
no.
is.
This might kill. There's no burst. This could kill. I don't know how much damage he's got. Oh, okay, he kept it real
He's
simple.
very close to Blood Rage though. Got a great chill.
No, but he's got the normals. He's got the normals. Oh no, somebody's rushing in. He knows. Okay, burst. Alright,
It's out. That's
Yeah,
5H.
5H.
Yeah, there it is. I told you.
Oh,
Yeah.
bang.
That's what I would fear,
I
really.
don't even think that was a reaction. That looked preemptive to me. It just looked like, he just pressed. But I mean, why wouldn't you? The button is real good. Especially with that.
Yeah. Is there a reason to not press 5H with Nago Ryuki? Honestly.
I haven't found one yet. Oh, unfortunate there though. He got the close S, but like didn't get much help with it.
Okay. Oh, they don't have nobody's using the 2H into the ball. Against Nago Ryuki, I'm pretty sure, aside from Super, he just has to take it, and he has to take this mix-up. I'll explain it after, but okay, into the corner
That
we go.
sounds brass.
Yeah, it does. I didn't know that was a thing.
Good at grab. Raven using meter to get out. That was a good blue RC. Or like drift back, whatever you call it.
Raven is managing his blood gauge perfectly. He's always at
That was
1
him.
pixel from the
Yeah.
blood rage.
That's what I noticed it from the first game. Like really good at managing his blood rage. Like he maintains that sweet spot really well and uses his like normals to control that space. I think the thing is that he plays really well with the normals regardless of whether the blood gauge is high. And like that kind of just augments his playstyle because it just means that when the blood gauge is high, his normals are better. He's already playing that playstyle. Oh, nice!
Corner we go.
Interrupts the ball.
Yeah,
Just holds it down.
You don't want to do that ball
That's
in
nice.
neutral at all because you can literally like react even with a slow movement character. 5H can punish that ball at a lot of ranges. No punish on the sniff of the YRC. Actually, she can get punished from it.
Trade
Okay.
finish
Yeah.
though. Yeah, no, that
I'll
just
figure
looked
it
like a
out.
clean block. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to punish. Either way though, he takes the round. That's the important
I'm not
part.
sure. I don't know if I'm the only one, but reacting to a blocked YRC sometimes, if you're not expecting it, it's pretty weird. Like
I
This
think
is
because
very true.
I think it's a situation where you do expect it though, because you have to change the way you do pressure or combo to bait a YRC. It kind of doesn't happen, inadvertently. Okay. Yo, there could have been another
Good
slide. I'm
throw
not sure
from
why they
Raven.
went
He
for a.
wasn't.
what
He wasn't
what was that?
having it.
Okay, let me quickly explain the 2H into the ball. So, on a back throw into the corner or forward throw into the corner, 2H into the ball will set a situation where the ball takes a little bit to come out, so there is space to do something, but Mei is safe to pretty much block or react to stuff, press a button depending on the situation. However, some characters don't get to press the button because of either the slow buttons they have or the limited movement options they have. And Nago is one of them. The only thing that he can do as far as my testing goes is to reversal super. But if she doesn't do anything, she's fine.
Oh, okay, I understand.
What I was gonna say though, does it work like other projectiles where if she blocks it just goes away though? Because there's some characters where if they block, their projectiles just dip. So like
doesn't.
No. She gets frame advantage. She get a true mix-up from it.
that doesn't look like it's gonna hit anything. Yeah, I was gonna say like it didn't look like something was pressing any buttons. Nice 5H as the dash, 6H.
The super
So
being
many
safe block.
6Hs. Yeah.
That was.
So
Wow.
Nago right now with the nice sashimi, with a little,
Yeah.
ceremonial robe, making your dinners entertaining. But here comes the dolphin. I think you want to, freeze them a little bit more, take their life away, because right now you're in trouble.
Jump page. There we go. The star.
Good block.
Dust.
Raven's been blocking a lot of standing dust. Like his eye is keen for them. He's looking for that flash. But again, he's going back to the normals. Somebody fucking weaved around those buttons really well.
It's covering all those options, like while
Yeah.
taking almost no risk. Absolutely
Good
no
challenge
risk.
after the 6H as well. So comes in with the dolphin, beats Raven's button clean.
Able to get in finally, Sunmate, and take advantage of it. Because most of the time,
he's
it's
dodging
really. Yeah, it's like you can't get in on Raven. Even if you do, you don't. Like he's gonna block all your mix-ups. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, to be honest, most of the damage Raven takes seems to be in like when he's trying to challenge or if he gets with punish. Like genuinely, like when he's just sitting there and blocking, he seems to hold it down pretty well. But then he got slapped. Let's see if he
Yeah,
can do
as soon
something
as
with
he
this little bit of life he's got health. Yeah, no, I kind of jinxed him. I kind of feel like, but
Commentator's curse, classic.
yeah.
The classic. Let's see. Let's see
Probably
if
fix it,
he
sure.
manages to adapt. I think Sunmate figured something out though. Like the dolphin timing seems to have shifted a little,
Oh, wow,
getting in
nice
way
throw.
more often. 2H? That wasn't a punish?
5k. That 5k is putting in a lot of work, though. He's throwing it out a lot, but he didn't get anything from it that time. Earlier in the first game, he was doing a lot of 5k into 6h, and it was giving him a lot of giving him a lot of free damage, to be honest.
You can
Nice.
confirm 5k into 3k, but Summit is not doing much of it.
Unfortunate the conversion. He lands the hit, gets the RC, drops the combo, but Raven stays in his face and takes it though. Alright, final round.
Match point for Raven. Sunmate needs this round to keep going. Now another
Good block on the
dust.
dust.
Sunmate loves those dusts, honestly.
I mean,
blocking a
I
lot of
also do. It's 70% meterless, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, but it's kind of slow. I think on the long run it's gonna get.
Yeah, it's minus 10 on block, who cares?
Yeah. I mean, on some
Okay,
characters that's
Against
punishable.
Nago, especially against Nago.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. Only Chip punishes it. That's true. Honestly, didn't think about it that way. The risk reward is only
Nice
your
combo.
favor.
Oh, good command grab. Is he gonna?
Like,
Oh, okay.
The risk reward
Yeah.
is my favor, even if I hit the super from Chip. That's a thing.
It's true. 6
get it.
speed.
Stop,
Your
stop.
Sunmate
face.
is keeping the pressure, but Raven got a good 6p to challenge. Blocks a dolphin,
Yeah.
gets back out.
Only.
I
only
think he's
needs a
gonna just
block bit.
blow up his blood gauge. He's gonna blow up his blood gauge for the round.
Oh.
Nice. Like he rushed in, like he had low health. The round wasn't really in his favor anyway. Starts doing special moves, like just dashes to move around, uses his projectile and his spin a lot. Like it's a smart thing to do at the end of the round.
And in that situation, Nagoriyuki feels really oppressive because he could also just chip you out, like just use specials over and over, keep you in an infinite block stun, and you just die. That's about it. That's why I think Sunbait panicked a little bit there at the end. Started throwing a lot of Dolphins randomly in neutral. Didn't really stop and think about what was going on, I think at least. That's what it looked like because he wanted to avoid that situation.
Yeah.
We're gonna be back into Zato against Mei, right?
Yeah, Zato versus Mei. So Sunbait staying on.
This is not a matchup I played a lot because you don't find Zatos, right? The whole shiny Pokemon can be a challenge. I think that sorry, you go on.
Now, if you want some matches against Zato, for a while I'm still gonna play Zato until the end of July.
Yeah, but you know my situation, like getting free time from coaching has been a challenge in itself. So, but yeah, if I do find some time, definitely we have to play it because I haven't played it a lot.
On the other hand, I played Zato for a while and I still haven't played Mei much. The few matches I got against Mei, I got mashed out by Dolphins on my hurt boxes. And those usually mean I lose 50% of my health or something like that.
I'm surprised you're not seeing that many Meis though. She's super popular still.
Yeah,
maybe not popular as Sol.
Chips. For some reason, I find only Sol, Chip, Ramlethal, a lot of Ramlethal when I play online.
I think the thing with me is she's very easy to play, right? Extremely easy. I think she's like the easiest character to play in the game, but she's also very, very linear. Like a lot of characters get exciting by sort of watching them. It may can look exciting, but once you play, there's like not a lot of mechanical stuff involved. Even sort of structured mix-ups, things like ball drift and double overheads from jumps and things like that, they're fairly simple to do. So a lot of people have tried her at the beginning and sort of gravitated towards other characters that they just feel more exciting. So I can understand that. I think she's like kinda the Honda archetype. Very solid, very space-based. Yeah, very solid, very space-based. Aside from the fact that she has insane reward.
I was thinking.
Well, like, I mean, Honda in like some games has insane reward. Well, like Blanco and Honda, that's kind of like she was kind of like based off of the same kind of like same kind of archetype, but like obviously like implemented in an air dash. That's kind of her design. It's the reason why she has the command grab in the first place.
She doesn't have that spinny move she had. She had in the old ones. That was very weird to look at. No, Hopefully that's not in, but it's kind of. I used to play Mei in Xrd actually, but in Strive I can't really play her. I don't feel like. Maybe it's the Dolphins that are missing, the ones that are projectiles. Something's not right when I play her.
I mean, it's always hard to like go from one game to another and stick with the same character when the character's got changes, especially if the changes are things that you like. Anyway, we're getting into the match.
Here we go. Zato versus Mei. I don't know if this is suffering or not. Maybe not. Maybe it's a normal matchup.
Right now Anya's starting out pretty strong. Somebody's just holding down back. Firmed a couple licks, got a bit shook.
Yeah, I think like
good challenge.
The reversal Dolphins can be good if you know where the holes in his ground control is. And also jump, instant air dash jump into JHS is very strong against Zato. Because Zato has to give up has to give up the ground control to sort of focus on the anti-air, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, if he does have time to put up a pulse, he can just destroy it. But other than that, he has to completely commit to it. Also because if used 2H doesn't work on Mei's Anchor. Unless you do it very early. Because of the
I don't know if that bait was on purpose, but that was really slick. He legit made the frog whiff and then cancelled it into I think it's 236p, and then got like another conversion off of it. Like it looked really good.
Playing very well. There was a scramble.
Yeah.
A scramble that ended up in a 6p on the other side. Somehow he knew that that was a crosser.
Yeah. And another thing.
I feel like Anya knows this matchup.
I think so. Honestly, yeah, I think so.
It could be. And another thing that is like particular of this matchup is that Mei can easily kill Eddie summon pretty much anywhere on the screen. whether it's with Dolphin or Fares or Slide 5k. There's a lot of ways for killing Eddie like instantly. But right
but
now,
more importantly, right now, Eddie is killing May. Like every time Eddie comes out, somebody gets slapped. It's actually looking kind of nice. Oh, dude, the pressure to the command grab. And do you know, I was feeling that whole sequence right there. Like, why you was talking about May going ham? Onion was going. He got a good combo. He got a good conversion. He had nice pressure. Decent mix-up right at the very end to close up the round. That was beautiful.
Yeah, Onion playing really well. The conversion was great, but however, if you look at the starters, a couple of them were back throws because some mate misplaced their mix-ups. So you know, like yes, the you know, taking advantage of that and the conversion, beautiful, and also the execution involved is pretty tight. Yeah. But the starter there is 100% some mate's fault. So you also gotta think about that, right?
Yeah, before he got the Drunkard Shade counter hit, where he got that casual 70% combo.
Yeah.
With the frog loops. That was, you think that was a grab or something? Was it that one? I don't know, because I don't know what it counter hit. I didn't manage to see it.
I think it was a 5k, but I'm not sure.
Okay, there we go. Let's see if he summon. Okay, that didn't summon there. It's a dolphin. It
was a dolphin.
That's shade on the dolphin, so it gets a full
conversion.
Yeah, and I think nice. Like even the ground control is pretty good. But at the same time, like the JHS have also almost disappeared, and the pose comes in. So I think like the sort of adaptation of Onion is throwing Sunmate a really hard curveball to deal with.
Yeah, he's getting all these counter conversions.
Yeah, a lot of counter hits, and yeah, I think he's just making the right reads. He's not using the pose much, but every time he's used it, it seems to be successful. He's gotten something from it. There's been very rare times where a pose comes out and then nothing. Wait, the line, the RC, that was nice. I like stuff like this. That was cute.
Sleeping below the dolphin and just hit the main other side. That's genius.
YRCs to build. He did that just to get the time back, just so we can get Eddie. That was really smart. He YRC'd and then landed the sweep, got Eddie back. He used all his gauge though. This is one thing I don't like about the way Onion's been playing. He goes in when he doesn't have Eddie. Sometimes he does need to just chill. Like just then he got hit because he had nothing covering him. He just got slapped.
And at the corner,
so well.
If he had backed up, it would have been like Sunmate would have been in the corner. So yeah, I agree with that.
No, but yeah, and the thing is, it's not even like he didn't even have to back up, but just hold your ground. Like Summit has to move there. You can react at that range. Like you was at advantage. Like he was at advantage. Sorry, I should say. Like he could have chilled for a bit. It's the only thing that like I would say like I take away from like the way he's been playing. A lot of the matchups, sometimes he just goes in when he doesn't have Eddie, and it always ends up bad for him.
Just did it again, by the way, but it just got countered by the close slash.
Nice
conversion. Nice.
That was sick. She was like, I'm spawning bar land on this drill, fam. That was alright.
I mean, right now we're seeing all these combos from Onion. Yeah. I think he practiced the combos very well against May. On Chip, they were dropping a lot. Chip is weird.
Yeah, well, to be fair, May's a light character, Chip's a medium now. So, like, maybe it's just, like, the conversion on light characters might just be a bit easier. Or maybe he's just warmed up. After playing a few games, he might just be a bit more comfy.
True. Zato execution heavy after all.
Yeah, because, like, his execution has not faltered in this game at all.
Absolutely not. He's getting all these damage, like, in any situation. Yeah, let's see if it goes in again. Yeah, he tried again.
See, yeah, he runs out of Eddie and goes in. That's the only thing I would just I fear for him, because there's times as well where like if he just unsummons Eddie instead of throwing out the drill, even though it's like he then obviously ends his pressure there, he gets Eddie back sooner. I think that would actually benefit him more.
Yeah, I see like Japanese Zatos use that a lot, unsummoning things. So if your opponent doesn't hard read it, it can't really do much.
Nice conversion. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the wall spam. Good command grab though. He's staying in there, and he's got full Eddie gauge now. So I'm guessing a pose. Sweep it to a pose. Okay, let's go. Mix up. High low.
Blocks everything. Sunmate.
That was a scramble.
The scramble indeed. Didn't have meter to confirm anyway.
Yeah, that was such a good whiff punish though. May whiff the bar needed 236p just to get the Eddie double slaps, just some damage. Unfortunately, this round is going away from him. That was unfortunate. That was a good turnaround from Sunmate. Like that, Onion had that round, and then it just ran away from him at the end. Sunmate got out, landed the hit, got the May level damage. Oh, he unsummoned Eddie. I saw that. And
We
he's
see
doing
it
it
a
now.
lot
He's
with
doing
Chip,
it a lot.
right? Like the fact that you can lose a match from one moment to the next. Zato also has this problem, of course. When you don't have
liking
Eddie,
this
the break is in.
change. I'm really liking this change in Onion's play. Just then when he was playing neutral, he was unsummoning Eddie a lot, like throwing out something, make his summate block, unsummon Eddie, throw Eddie out again. Like he just kept doing it, and it was working.
And now they're
Nice. Is he
countering
gonna
on
unsummon?
both.
Okay, he goes for the damage. Okay. He hasn't got bar, so he's got to use RC to keep going. Yeah, okay. Wait for the Eddie to come back. Nice sweep. Eddie will be back. Eddie's back.
And there we go.
He punished anyway. He didn't even need Eddie. That was really good play from
Let's see.
Onion. Yeah, Sunmay didn't really have a single option for that. Like, as in a single option for the playstyle. Because you can see he obviously knew what he was doing, but like he was struggling with just Onion's options. Like Onion's neutral options, they were really, really good. Like that was better than he's played in any of the other matches, I think.
Yeah, one thing that I want to point out about the maybe reluctance of Onion to fully go back in defense, or just like hold the ground and so on. A lot of people talk about Zato having poor defense in situations where he's either fully cornered or at range 0, which I would agree with. But there's also a misconception about what Mei does when she does have pressure. She does not have like actual real pressure. All of the pressure is fake. So you have to know the stuff to sort of challenge her, and maybe they were in the situation where they overfearing Mei's pressure, right? Which naturally you don't want to be in that position. So maybe that's why they were pushing a little bit too much on offense, at least initially.
Well, okay, let's say the Mei pressure gets.
Range 0. That's range 0. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, aside from range 0.
Oh, okay, okay. I get it now. I get it.
Even then, like from close S, a couple of buttons and then she's out.
Nice.
Out.
Fender,
Fender's
Jamie,
changed
we are
character.
back to the Axel.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Fender's gone back to Axel. I guess he's gotten a little bit tired. Or maybe he doesn't want to play the mirror. It may just be the fact that it's the mirror match and he doesn't know it. But yeah, he's gone back to Axel.
Cheap mirror match would have been fun, honestly.
It would have been,
fun.
yeah. It would have been interesting. That's for sure. I'm kind of
People
curious.
running around, teleporting around.
The floor is lava in that matchup, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Let's see
yeah,
Axel
again,
now.
interesting
But
though
Axel,
for
I'm not sure it's a
Fender.
good choice though. How can you play Axel versus Chip, a strong Chip as Jamie?
Well, I mean, Fender looked like they was trying to rush. Like, Fender keeps moving forward. Okay, was that one vision? Or was that an RC? I can't even tell. No, it was
I
an
think
RC.
it was an RC.
Yeah, he doesn't have the aura. Wow, just straight up beat whatever Fender pressed in the edges there with the final hit of the record.
Fender is not able to even get a normal out right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like what you're saying though. This matchup seems like it would be really hard to like, well, stop a chip from moving with Axel. Like, obviously Axel has all the angles, but not the sort of good anti-air 2S.
Whoa. The damage!
Nice combo,
What's
let's
going on?
go.
Okay, almost
Hey,
got it down.
I will shut my mouth. Fender's got these anti-airs. Let's go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Change my mind easily.
Oh, no
and
punish
then I
again
say
on the
that
YRC.
Jamie's like, yeah, I'm gonna jump on his face.
Those punishes on the YRC, like, I'm not sure. I have to love them myself, but I often get to block them and I don't react in time. Like, because I don't
Not
expect
the
it.
2S.
So if you don't actually love their situations, you could miss out on damage.
Yeah, for sure. But that was a really nice conversion for Fender, I just have to say. Like, 2S, 5P into Renzen. Like, I know it's the standard, but like, catch and chip with the 2S is genuinely impressive. Again, let's
Whoa,
go.
trade!
Pulls him
Trade
back
combo.
in and says, no man, you're going to your ends. You see that corner over there? That is your home. You will stay there. Drag him back in the corner. It's like, no, you're not getting out. You stay.
No, that
he's
Renzen
used
just
to your
doing
own postcode.
corrupting is amazing.
Yeah.
The best change.
Again, 2S. He's getting a lot of mileage out of these 2Ss. Maybe this is why he made the switch, because like these 2Ss are working. Oh, Jamie gets around one though.
Oh, he didn't press a button this time. There was no
Yeah, but
counter
look-
this time, so
But
managed
you
to
see
get
what I mean?
away.
Though? He's holding him in the corner, trying to keep him in the sweet, or holding Chip in the corner, trying to keep him in the sweet spot range. It's like but unfortunately, Jamie was able to get out. Fender's doing some interesting stuff though. Like just in general, it just seems like he's trying to rush Chip down. Like as soon as he gets advantage. You don't really see that a lot from Axels. A lot of Axels, when they land a hit, they want to push you away and then just like go back to neutral. But maybe neutral isn't really where you want to be against Chip, so it's best to just press your advantage while you have it.
Well, you also risk
Run some
the
calls.
bees, but the reversal, but before he just baited it perfectly, so maybe not even fearing on that.
Yeah, this match has gotten really close. It's been a huge back and forth. Like Fender's been stealing a lot of damage with these anti-air 2S's, but like Jamie's starting to get around them. Good command grab. Let's see if Fender's got a wake-up response. Yeah, adapt.
The adaptation here, like Jamie is not doing those J2Ks anymore, not getting counter hit anymore.
Yeah,
Getting a few more ground approaches, baiting the 2S, like right there. Use all the 3 jumps just to get around.
Delayed the 2S. Now Fender's trying to throw it out, got around it again. You're right. I think Jamie understands it now. Has figured out the spot where they can avoid. Dodges the command grab. What do you unblock?
Again,
J2S.
the other side. Yeah.
5S into RC! That was clean! I don't know why that made me laugh. It's just like, let me just tap a button on RC, see what he does.
That was perfect, because he knew that it was panicking, so just bait the burst. Roman can't do it.
That was perfect, yeah. What sequence is this? Oh, is this when Fender put me back in the corner? Or is this... Nah, it's not, is it? Nah, it's
the end.
Oh, this is the end of the game.
End round? Yeah, there it is. Go slash,
Yep.
immediate Roman cancel.
It's just when it's... I'll wait.
I know you want to burst here.
Yeah,
You
that
can't
is the
lie to
box
me.
and wait. Alright, let's see if... Like, the thing is, the matchup wasn't, like... It was quite close. It didn't seem, like, heavily in, like, either player's favors. Maybe Fender's got an answer. Good combo. Oh, he gets the wall bounce.
An air throw? Fender is playing a very aggressive
takes
action.
so long. Oh, okay, nice combo conversion. Bomber, break the wall. Let's go. Perfect.
Yeah, how do you even get this with
He,
Axel?
he won neutral 3 times. It was that simple. He won neutral 3 times.
It changed my mind completely on the matchup, honestly. I didn't expect this to happen at all.
Yeah, Fender's rushed down Axel. This matchup seems to be doing really well. He still needs that moment to establish his neutral before he goes in, though. I think that's where Jamie can like pull this away. Just in that moment, just getting around that neutral situation and stopping Fender from actually getting on offense. That's what Jamie's gonna have to consistently do, I think, to win. Anytime Fender's gotten the offense off after establishing that one like good neutral anti or that one exchange where they've won in neutral, then just run away with the round. Jamie just needs to stop that from happening, I think.
True, I absolutely agree, honestly.
Good stagger, avoiding. No, but the thing is, that being said, even though Jamie now, is all 2S, I was gonna say, Jamie hasn't done the 2S, so like, oh, good conversion, let's go, more damage. Nice. Who gets the frame trap on the red sun explosion? Man like Fenders, I'm liking this.
This is like magic, what is this? What is going on in this match?
That is what you call execution.
Execution, for real, for real. Those combos, those reactions.
Slaps the Shadow Clone gets punished, and Jamie just
still
goes in and
loses
says, it still loses rounds. Like, I don't care, I'm chip, I'm running.
Jamie is playing very well.
What I was saying though is that this whole neutral situation is actually playing out really interestingly, because like Fender's is having success with the 2S, and Jamie's gonna have to play around that. But then Jamie starts playing around it, starts implementing the 2K once Jamie stops trying to anti-air, and then in that previous round, Jamie's damage came from he just committed to another anti-air, even though because it's not always been working. It's like it's a really good mental back and forth between these two. What wins? I don't even know what wins there. Alright, so Axel wins.
Another one! Another
Jamie
one!
said, yeah, I'ma do it twice. Hold that. Invincible.
What's even going on? The pixel of life for both of them.
Good air to air for Fenders. Ooh, that was a bad situation. Kind of got away with that one. What's the command grab? Nice! Jamie didn't punch the command grab, unfortunately. Tried to go in, and Fenders he bet it all on 2S. Again, the 2S got beat by the 2K that time.
There we go, command grab. Haven't seen this much here in this match. Let's see.
Well, I think just because Fenders has actually been having a hard time. Jamie's been having a hard time keeping Fenders still. Fenders has been moving around almost as much as Jamie has in all fairness.
That's actually true. That's weird.
It's like the most mobile chip I've seen in a long time. Oh, base burst. Unfortunately, no punish. Oh wait, it was gold burst.
Ah, there it is. There it is. The match point. That was match point. So Jamie gets it.
Yeah.
2-0.
Jamie gets it 2-0, but that was a really entertaining match. Like Fenders put in some work there. Like I was really impressed with that.
I'm amazed Fender didn't really get that last round, honestly. That was very close to the wire, down to the wire. That was incredible match.
That was genuinely unfortunate. But Raven and Jamie have been running away. It's like, oh, that's actually going to be interesting because that's the next match, isn't it? And that's the final match.
That is the decider of the whole leaderboard.
We've got Samurai versus Ninja.
That's gonna be amazing. I want to see how Jamie approaches the matchup, honestly.
Yeah, this is true. Because Ray versus
Fender.
what was the other chip again? Oh yeah, it was Fender. Fender was playing Chip. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was thinking because I was like Fender's Axel. Who was the chip? But yeah, you're right. It was Fender. Yeah, that.
It's like Axel took the advice to become a ninja. I think that's why he moved like that.
His Axel's really good though. I respect him for sticking out with Chip in the other matchups though, because clearly, obviously, Axel's his main, and maybe he's trying to get his the chipping speed. This is a good place to do it.
True, that's absolutely true. The damage is immediate.
Raven lands the first hit and just takes a casual 50% off of Chip from just like basic B&B. Let's go. And tier 2H, has he got more? Oh, come on, Grab, let's go. No,
okay.
he just
what?
I don't know how to respond to any of that. He waited. Jamie did super was like, wait, that was stupid. Let me just RC. And they both just stood there and just held that.
Another RC on top of it, just like, look, I can do it too. Like,
yeah, challenged the command grab really well as well. Raven came prepared for this matchup.
Absolutely. I tell you, like, I think Nagoriyuki really handles Chip well. Like, you get that one read that destroys his life bar and that's it. But look at that, like, 6H trade and you still advantageous.
Yeah. I'm surprised that 6H was the option he chose. Like, and yeah, you're right, the trade was basically in his favor. Blocked the whole stagger pressure, and then just like took the turn back. It's back in Jamie's now, he jumped out.
Out, goes in for the command grab, but no punish.
Not a single command grab has touched Raven.
Well,
Jamie keeps going for it. Raven's just like, Yeah, take the gunners. Yeah, and tier 2S, that might kill.
Oh my god, what is this?
Oh, he didn't finish. Oh, but it doesn't punish. That was clean. Anti-air. 5S, so I said 2S, didn't I?
Raven is out of this world, honestly.
Yeah.
What was that?
It's like
5k into jump to bait the burst, perfectly timed, perfectly spaced, everything perfect, I don't even know. Just
this guy is so patient, really good anti-air. It's like what I was saying before, I think that is a key factor. I think J2K is so good with Chip, not being able to do it against somebody will throw off a lot of Chip players. Because it's just like, they use it all over the place. It's just not using it. JB just triple jumped into nothing. Like, just afraid of Raven trying to anti-air.
That's actually amazing. Someone able to do that against a Chip? That's next level. Let's go.
Okay, so Raven tried to react. I don't know if it was a reaction to DP or not, but it looked like he tried to punch the DP by doing jump dust. I want to know the reason for that. Nice.
The defense from Raven is... I can't even describe it. He's avoiding everything. He's not even trying to punish. He's just avoiding until Chip makes a mistake. Or until he gets tired, I don't know. Look at that.
Like, was just so clean. Like, just clean blocks, avoids all the command grab, just takes his time. It's funny because a lot of people get overwhelmed by Chip doing this, yeah. And he's just like, no, I'm gonna take my time. It's fine.
And just punches you in the face.
Yeah. It's like, Jamie, just let me know when you're done. I'll be here. I'll be here. It's fine. You can stay on my face. Just let me know when you finish. Okay, next round started. Immediate burst from Jamie after a 5S clips out. Yeah.
I kind of understand that, honestly.
Yeah. Does not want to explode. Okay, good pressure though.
Okay, this time he went for the 6P after Alpha Blade, but didn't connect. Got hit by the cross-up. There we go. Got in.
Getting a lot of these cross-ups. Maybe that's the answer to beat Raven. He doesn't seem to be doing well against. Which blade is that one? Is that Gamma Blade the diagonal?
Yeah,
it's Gamma.
No, it's Alpha Blade.
Yeah.
Alpha Blade, isn't it?
It's Alpha Blade.
No, Alpha Blade's the straight one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gamma Blade is the Prochetta, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh right, yeah, they're both
Alpha
just
Blades.
Alpha. Yeah, they're both Alpha.
They're all
Alpha.
Alpha.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, Gamma's the clone, you're right, and then Beta's the DP.
Gamma is the one where he explodes.
Why is all like this Greek thing present when he's a Weebo? Like, why can't he count in Japanese? I don't know.
That's a good question. I have no idea. Alpha Gamma.
Yeah, that's Daisuke's vision, man. 5k to 6h. Reversal DP.
Pressure,
now let's see
pressure.
This nice cross up.
Finally gets it.
How does that actually work in the corner? I don't actually know. I've never labbed that. Does it actually? Does it technically count as a double cross up?
I think it does. It doesn't cross up, if I'm not mistaken. I think I always block it normally. If you don't know about it though, you get hit. If that's the P version, you get hit because of. So you kind of have to play around it, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, another P version.
It's the pressure. Again though, Raven's avoiding every command grab.
Every single.
Respect that, Jamie! It was like, yeah, oh what, you're gonna avoid my command grab? Let me just RC your gold burst. Shut up. Nice corner combo. Summon the random.
Takes it right back in the positive bonus. Now we wanna see what is he gonna do on the wake up.
Cross up again. Okay, so these cross ups are working really good against Raven. I think this is Jamie's opportunity. This is what they need to do to actually pull the matchup back. Oh, forces Blood Rage but gets hit by it. No punish, unfortunate.
Alpha Blade.
Not get hit. Okay.
Raven's just spending the bar to get out of Blood Rage. Needs those special moves back. Just pressing them at this point because he's got no health.
Okay.
Tries to anti-air the 2k, unfortunately. It punished something, I'm not sure what.
I had the Pixel of Life. I'm a bit shocked that Jamie didn't use the Rekkas to do chip damage.
There were 2 FDs available.
There were some either?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think so.
So she probably tried to keep it like safe and avoid the chip.
Makes sense.
Oh, try to get the anti-air jump dust again.
This is gonna be a ton of damage. Not dead though. No.
Oh no, kept it simple. Just does the target combo.
Okay, these diagonal alpha blades are working wonders right now.
Yeah, that's what I was picking up on that before. I think this is the answer to the matchup for, well, at least this matchup in particular with Raven. Raven seems to be blocking everything else, but these cross-ups are clipping him. If Jamie lands one when they've got bar, then like they could actually convert this into some decent damage. Unfortunately, Raven's not having it.
Blocked the first cross-up in a while, and then just punches him in the face. Poor chip.
Good dust again. Yeah, he's been going for that a lot. That's the first time it's hit, but he's been going for that a lot this game.
Looks like it hits like full screen or something. Never seen that used pretty much in every other Nagus.
Well, it hits above him, and most people don't really get that high. But obviously, Trip's got triple jump, so maybe it is probably the best option.
Oh, that's actually true. It's actually working too. So at least it checks. At least it checks the chip. So
2H. Another 2H at whiffs. JB's dodging a weaving. Another JTK, but Raven avoids it. I think Raven's doing what Gil was saying earlier. Like, I think he's actually just using the command grab, command dash even, just to get out of range slightly, and then pressing buttons like to whiff punish JTK. Because it does look like he's right underneath, and all of a sudden he's out of the way. It has to be the command dash because it's going forward, not back.
You can track it with a blood mirror, right? Doesn't the command dash use a blood mirror?
True. I'm not sure if you can see it instantly, but yeah, you can.
Yeah,
no, I think as he does a special move, it does a chunk. I think.
Blood Rage is weird. What's going on?
Switch! Oh, it is! He lands the air. Raven is staying alive. He's like, I want my clean sweep. I want to go to wanted. That's where I belong. Need to fight other players.
And leave this to world. Changes his anti-air. He changes his anti-air.
Yeah.
Did 6-3H this time.
Mixing up. I'm trying to get to the conversion.
From the Raven to the Crow, coming back from the dead is kind of a team, right?
Ooh, everything is character actually. It's in character. Let's see. Big shift up.
5k 2H. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay.
What?
Jamie was like, yeah, I'm not taking that punish on stream.
Yeah.
That was all the bar.